Your overthinking is not a malfunction. It's a bodyguard. Every spiral, every replayed conversation, every 2 a.m. rehearsal of a scenario that will never happen. Your mind is doing a job. It decided a long time ago that something was dangerous, and it has been standing at that door ever since. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 7 things overthinking is most often protecting you from. Number 5 is the one people are most surprised by, because it isn't a fear of failure at all. And once you can name what yours is guarding, the spinning slows. Not because you fought it, because it finally got heard. 1. Being blindsided again. Somewhere in your past, something arrived that you didn't see coming. The call, the conversation that started with "we need to talk," the thing everyone else apparently knew. And in the aftermath, your mind drew a conclusion, quietly, without consulting you. If I had been thinking harder, I would have seen it. That conclusion is false, but it's load-bearing. And now every scenario gets pre-lived, every possibility rehearsed, because a catastrophe you've rehearsed feels survivable, and one that arrives unannounced does not. You know the shape of it. You're driving, and your mind runs the conversation you might have to have next week. Not to prepare. You'll never say any of those lines. You're running it, so that if it happens, it won't be new. You're not planning. You're standing watch. 2. Being judged. You draft the message 6 times. You reread the one you already sent. You replay what you said in the meeting and land on the one sentence that came out wrong. And you play that sentence 40 times while everyone else in the room forgot it before the elevator. That's not perfectionism. It's a mind trying to construct a version of you that cannot be criticized, because at some point, criticism landed somewhere it really hurt, and something in you decided never again. Here's the cost, and it's enormous. You're carrying a permanent internal audience, performing constantly for people who aren't watching. And the performance itself is exhausting in a way that's hard to explain to anyone who doesn't have one. 3. Making an irreversible mistake. Overthinking loves a particular belief that somewhere out there is one correct choice, and that everything downstream depends on identifying it. That belief feels like responsibility. It's actually a cage, because it makes every decision a test you can fail permanently. And when the stakes are permanent, the safest move is not to move. So you research, you compare, you open the tab again. You call it being thorough, and to be fair, some of it is. But notice the tell: thoroughness ends. When you've genuinely gathered enough, a decision follows. If the gathering never produces a decision, it was never gathering. It was hiding in a costume you respect. If any of those 3 landed, stay with me, because the next 4 go deeper, and the 5th one is usually the one that cracks it open. And subscribe before we continue. This channel is for exactly this moment, when your own mind stops feeling like an ally. You'll want the next one. 4. Feeling the feeling underneath. This is the mechanism most people never see, and it explains why the spinning never resolves. Thinking is comfortable compared to feeling. Analysis happens in the head, at a distance, with the reassuring sense of doing something. Grief, shame, fear, longing, those happen in the body, and they cannot be solved. They can only be felt. So the mind offers a deal. Stay up here with me, and you won't have to go down there. Watch it happen in real time. Something painful occurs. A rejection, a loss, a silence from someone who used to answer. And within minutes, you're not feeling it. You're analyzing it. Why did they do that? What did it mean? What should I have done differently? Running the timeline. Building the theory. The theory never satisfies. You build another, and another. Because the analysis isn't trying to reach a conclusion. It's trying to keep you out of your chest. You cannot think your way out of something you are thinking in order to avoid. 5. Finding out you're capable. Here's the one people don't expect. Some overthinking isn't protecting you from failure at all. It's protecting you from success. Because success carries responsibility, visibility, expectation, and the genuinely terrifying possibility that you'd have no excuse left. As long as you're still deciding, you haven't started. And as long as you haven't started, you can't be measured. Endless analysis is the safest possible place to keep a dream alive, unlimited, and untested. Think of the person who's been going to write the book for 11 years. They talk about it beautifully. They've researched more than most published authors. And every time they sit down, they find a reason the approach isn't right yet. They're not blocked. They're protected. Because right now, in the unwritten state, the book is perfect, and so are they. Written, it becomes a real thing that real people can find ordinary. So ask yourself honestly whether the thing you keep circling is something you're afraid will fail, or something you're afraid will work. 6. Disappointing someone. You run every option through a filter of who it will upset. Your mother, your partner, the version of your father that lives in your head and still has opinions. Here's how it shows up. You can articulate what each person in your life would want you to do in detail, and you cannot articulate what you want. That's not a personality trait. That's a mind that learned other people's disappointment was expensive. So you look for the path that costs no one anything, and no such path exists. So you stall, because stalling feels neutral. It isn't. Stalling is a decision. You've decided to disappoint yourself instead, quietly, in a way nobody will notice and nobody will hold you to. 7. Losing control. Underneath most of the others sits this one. Somewhere, something happened that you could not stop. And the mind drew its conclusion, never again. So it manages, it plans, it runs the variables. It arrives early, checks twice, imagines every outcome. Control is what fear does when it once had none. And the arithmetic never closes, because the variables are infinite, and you are one person with one nervous system. That's why the thinking never finishes. It was never trying to finish. It's trying to prevent something that already happened. Stop here and tell me in the comments, which number is yours? Just the number and one line. Number 5, I've been deciding for 2 years. Number 4, I think so I don't have to feel it. Do it, because naming the guard is what disarms it. And reading how many people share your number is the fastest way to stop believing this is a personal flaw. Before the fix, one thing has to be said, because it's the reason people don't stop. Overthinking feels like work. It has all the sensations of effort, concentration, seriousness, fatigue afterward. You finish a 2-hour spiral genuinely tired, and tiredness is how we normally measure that something was accomplished. But nothing was. No decision was made, no information gathered, no action taken. You paid the full cost of labor and received none of the output. That's the cruelest part of the pattern. It consumes the exact energy you'd need to do the thing you're spiraling about. People don't overthink instead of acting because they're lazy. They overthink until there's nothing left to act with. Naming that is important because it removes the last justification. The spiral isn't preparation. It's the tax you pay for not being allowed to feel something. Here's what doesn't work: fighting it. Telling yourself to stop overthinking is like telling a bodyguard to stand down without telling him the threat is over. He won't. He'll get quieter and stay exactly where he is. What works is going underneath. When the spiral starts, don't argue with the content. The content is a decoy, and it will happily debate you all night. Put a hand on your chest and ask a completely different question. Not what should I do? Instead, what am I afraid will happen if I stop thinking about this? Then wait. Don't answer quickly. The fast answer is usually another decoy. Wait, and something surfaces, often not in words at first. A memory, an image, a tightening somewhere specific. That's the thing being guarded. That's the actual conversation, and you've just found it after possibly years of circling it. And when you find it, do not attack it. This is where most people ruin the moment. They discover the fear and immediately start arguing that it's irrational. Thank it instead. That part has been working overtime for years, trying to keep you safe the only way it knew how. It isn't your enemy. It's a loyal, exhausted, badly informed bodyguard who was never told the war ended. Then update it. Speak to it plainly. I see what you were protecting me from. That was real then. I'm not that person anymore. And I have things now that I didn't have then. Something settles when you do this. You'll feel it physically. A loosening. Sometimes a breath you didn't know you were holding. Carl Jung's insight lands exactly here. What we refuse to make conscious directs our lives from the dark, and we call it fate. The spiral is the unconscious talking. Make it conscious, and it no longer has to shout. 3 steps whenever it starts. Name the guard. 1 sentence, out loud if you can. This is protecting me from being blindsided. Naming moves the spiral from weather to information, from something happening to you into something you're observing. Drop underneath. Hand on chest. 10 slow breaths. Attention in the body rather than the head. You're not trying to solve anything. You're demonstrating to your nervous system that the feeling underneath is survivable, which is the one thing it has never believed. That demonstration is the whole treatment, and it has to be repeated, because a nervous system doesn't learn from arguments. It learns from experiences. Give it an appointment. If the worry is legitimate, and sometimes it is, write it in 1 sentence and say, "We deal with this at 10 in the morning." Then keep the appointment. Actually keep it. If you don't, the mind learns that the only way to get heard is to keep shouting at 2 a.m. and 10 o'clock. You is genuinely wiser than 2 a.m. Pew. Not because you're smarter in daylight, but because the night mind is a narrower mind. No daylight, no motion, no witnesses, nothing to restore the scale. It can only see the problem. It cannot see the resources, the morning, or the 20 other times something like this resolved. Do this for 2 weeks and something shifts. Not that the thoughts stop. They may never entirely stop, but you stop being inside them. They become weather passing through, instead of the room you live in. Your overthinking was never evidence that something is wrong with you. It's evidence that something once happened to you, and a part of your mind decided it would never happen again. That part deserves gratitude, not war. And it deserves to finally be told the truth, that you're not that person anymore, in that moment, with those resources. That you're here now, that you can feel a hard feeling and survive it. That the danger it's been guarding against is behind you, and it can finally put the weight down. The mind quiets when it's understood, not before. If this made your own head make more sense, subscribe and turn on the bell. This channel is built for exactly these moments, and the next one goes further into it. You're not broken, you're guarded, and guards can be relieved.